Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use this box cake and chickpeas to make a delicious cake. It's gonna be quick, it's gonna be simple, double chocolate. So let's begin. So I've got the oven preheating as the box cake mixture says, and now I'm gonna start with my aquafaba. Aquafaba is the liquid that comes from the chickpeas. It is used as an egg replacer, so I'm going to use half a cup of the aquafaba straight from the can. Get all of it out. There we go. This for me is a great egg replacer, as it acts kind of like egg whites because it becomes light and airy when you whip it. It is my favorite egg replacer because it doesn't impart flavor nor does it impart color. So I'm gonna whip it up quickly till it's light and airy. There we have it. It's all whipped up and airy. Now we're gonna set this aside. Get a bigger bowl. The cake mix that I'm using is a chocolate cake. It's the one by Ina Parman, which is accidentally vegan. You have to read the box labels and see if they don't have milk powder in the one that you choose to buy, because some of them do have milk powder. That's what you need to look out for. So I'm going to open up the packet, empty out all of the contents into here. See, you do get a lot of mixture out of this. And then what I'm going to do is, I feel like when you use box mixes of cakes, you need to doctor them up how you can to make them taste nice and homemade. So I'm adding in a tablespoon of cocoa powder, unsweetened, just cocoa powder plain. With that added in there, I'm gonna incorporate that. I'm getting this all over. This is why I should actually wear an apron when I bake. And then we're gonna go in with a cup of cooking oil. Now, when you choose your oil, choose an oil that doesn't have flavor. Like your olive oils, they do impart flavor into this thing. You want this to taste like chocolate, not like an olive cake. Now the box says a cup of oil, and that's what I'm adding in here. I'm gonna mix that in. I don't have to have it well incorporated yet because I'm still gonna mix. And then over here I have a teaspoon of coffee and a cup of hot water. So I'm gonna add the coffee into the hot water and let that dissolve. Stir it up a bit. Let that set aside, and then I'm taking my whipped up aquafaba, adding that to this mixture, and then I'm going to fold it in. Look, the mixture is already getting lighter. Box mixtures are convenient, but I'm the type of girl who does everything from scratch, so I'm learning to take a little help that I get from the supermarket. And then we're gonna add the liquid, the coffee and water mixture in here. Whoops, I'm a messy baker. I'm gonna be careful here. Slowly. We don't want to over mix this. That's why I'm going slow and folding it in. Now, there are different types of egg replacers. You have banana, Banana, also the reason why I don't like using it is that it does impart flavor, so it's amazing with banana bread, yeah, things like that. And then you have applesauce. I love using applesauce when I'm making cookies. I feel like it's great because you don't taste the applesauce when you're doing that. And then you have flaxseed powder. Flaxseed powder does work amazing in like dark bakes, like your chocolate, your banana bread. I don't like it in vanilla cakes because what it does, it alters the color of your vanilla cake. So how you make this into an egg replacement, you take 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and then you add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. You whisk that together, because what you will see, it start to change into the texture of an egg, and that's how you use flaxseed as an egg replacer. So now I have another trick that I feel is a must when you're baking vegan bakes. Remember, an egg does have a bit of acidity in it, and what the acid does is it activates the rising agents that are in your bakes, be it baking powder, bicarb of soda, or baking soda, whatever you call it. So what that does is it makes your mixture light and airy, starts activating the rising agent, and it will change your bakes. Trust me. You start adding a tablespoon of acid and use normal distilled white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or lemon juice. The reason why I try and avoid lemon juice sometimes is that lemon will give you the citrus flavor. So if you don't want citrus flavor in your bakes, avoid lemon. Go for white distilled vinegar or apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to bring it closer to show you how the mixture changes when I add the vinegar. Now this is the mixture before I add the vinegar. So now I'm going to go in with my, measure out a tablespoon of vinegar, add it in here, and then start folding it in. Make sure it's gone in throughout. You will feel the spoon even mixing lighter. Look at it now. It's starting to get those air pockets because your rising agents are activated. When I started doing this, it changed my bakes forever. So now we're going to transfer this into the baking dish. Now this is my bundt pan, and over here I have like an old paper of plant butter. You see there's a little bit of butter left at the bottom. So if you don't have an old, you just take a bit of baking paper and then you get a bit of butter on it, and then you're gonna rub it all over this pan, making sure we cover each and every inch of this pan so the cake is able to just slip out. Thus, even the cone, you try to get the cone to rub it all over. Now that it's buttered all over, we're gonna add flour to this. Sprinkle it in, light dusting of flour, and then you're gonna start hitting it like this, so the flour is gonna start sticking to the butter and spread it all over. You're trying to get the sides too, adding a bit more. You just slap it and spin it. Now I'm trying to get the cone too. Get rid of the excess, and there you have it. Your baking pan, your bundt pan is prepared. Now they say when you're baking and they call for prepared, pan, this is what they mean. It's either you do this or you add baking paper to this. Now adding baking paper to this would be very difficult because of the shape. Oh, this bowl is so heavy. I'm trying to get my mixture in here. Get it even on all sides. You can bake this specific cake in a normal cake tin. The box does give you the suggestions on how to do that. Now I'm gonna spread it to even it out. There we go, ready for the oven. Now the box does say that I should bake it for 40 minutes, but remember, ovens vary, so you need to keep on checking. Even when it says a certain temperature, it's up to you to keep on checking it, adjust it when needed, so that you don't burn your cake, because the temperatures of all ovens vary. So let me get this in the oven. I am getting the cake out of the oven. Now you're gonna test it. Got a skewer here, and then I'm gonna stick it in the middle, because remember, the heat penetrates the outside first. So if you stick it towards the ends might be cooked, but the middle might not. And the skewer comes out clean. That's how you know your cake is ready. Now I'm going to leave it over here to cool down a bit in the pan before I take it out of the pan. So we're going to set that aside. Over here I've got this Bacon Heavenly Midnight Velvet smooth dark chocolate. You have to get the dark chocolate. It's accidentally vegan. Now over here I've got some soy milk, unsweetened. When baking, please try and use unsweetened milk, because if you use sweetened milk, it will make your bakes more sweeter than you want them to be. So I'm going to use half a cup of this unsweetened milk, and then I'm going to heat it up on the stove. You must watch it. You don't want it to boil, you just want it to be hot, so you keep an eye on it. Don't leave it alone. You can use whatever chocolate is your favorite. I love this one. It's not too dark in chocolate flavor. It is sweetened, so that's why it's also important to use unsweetened milk. I've got two of these, which one is 80 grams, so altogether it's 160 grams of chocolate that I'm using. You can also use chocolate chips, whatever your favorite plain chocolate is. Now the milk is heated up. It's nice and steamy. It took about less than 5 minutes. So I'm going to add that to this bowl with the chocolate and put the lid on. Set that aside for a bit and let the steam do its thing. Now I've given this a few minutes to melt. Now you can see the chocolate is nice and melted. I'm going to combine that. This is the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of baking, because it's a lot of stop and start, stop and start. Let me switch over to a whisk. There we go. I'm going to whisk all of that. There you have your chocolate ganache. Now you're gonna guess it again, let that cool forever. I've got my cake stand over here. You can use whatever serving dish you want to serve this on. And then I'm gonna flip this upside down over the cake tin. Turn it around. You heard that? You heard it. Came out nice and smooth. There you have it. See, I told you makes it non-stick. Nothing stuck to this pan. Nice and clean. And there you have your bun cake. Ooh, I don't want to drop that. Now I'm going to put this in the fridge so it cools completely to speed up the process. Now, and then we do what? Some more waiting. This is why I don't really like baking. It's a lot of waiting and I'm not patient. So pop this in the fridge. A whole eternity later, the cake is now cool to the touch. And now we're gonna start decorating it. Don't mind the lighting. It's raining, you're gonna hear lightning in the background. It's all fine. As you can see, the chocolate ganache has thickened as it cooled down. Now you're gonna drizzle it on top of this cake, all over. Spread it nicely. We want some drip for it to drip down the sides of the cake. I'll put the light on, much better. Now I'm gonna all over the cake with some blueberries and strawberries, and the strawberries go on top. Look at that, looking so good. It's looking delicious right now. Can you hear the rain? We haven't had real rain in such a long time, so I'm happy it's here today. Lots of the berries. I think that's enough. Let me show you what it looks like. Look at that. And lightning. Isn't it so pretty? Now we can really say homemade cake. Homemade cake. Now let's get a slice of the cake. Oh, it feels so soft. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that looking nice and moist and delicious? Look, nice. And then we have the beautiful cake, and I'm gonna taste this cake. It's raining, there's lightning, don't get frightened. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice and moist, the cake. I have some coffee here. Enjoy the cake. It is spectacular. Let me get a berry in there. It's nice and soft and moist, strong chocolate flavor, very chocolatey. The coffee that you add in here also gives it nice richness. This, imagine bringing this to somebody's house to say, hi, thank you for having me over, here's some cake. They'll think you slaved away for this cake, but you saw how easy it was because everything came from the box mixture except the eggs. Not the eggs if you're not vegan, of course, but the aquafaba, and you made your chocolate ganache. So that's how you can take any box mixture and make it vegan. I hope to see you again next week when I will be showing you how to make, let's wait for the lightning, where I show you how to make your very own rough puff pastry. Thank you for coming through. Hope you subscribe, not describe. Hope you subscribe. See you next time. Bye.